Well, good morning. I'm going to come back to those opening shots of the vlog a little bit later on, but I've just taken down all the old tickets off this board that I have in my room, and the reason for that is because I want to make use of this board here. And this is something which Luca had done with his, to brainstorm and plot out his idea and all the things that he wants to do with certain things. And I think that's what I need to do with Bramski, with this channel and all the ideas and thoughts that I want to have and put out with content. Instead of keeping them in here and jotting down in a book. Well, I mean, that's good. It's good to jot down in a book, which I do. But I think if I can have something clear, planned out and mapped out in front of me, it's going to be a good directive to have some guidance and plan things. So let's give a go at drafting it out today. That's what I want to do. So Lily's come to help, haven't you? I had to leave building this board earlier on in the week, mainly because I fell ill and I was basically in bed for about 3 days, and then the weekend came. Now I turned 25 and then went down to London for the weekend, which I'll mention in a second. But I've come back to the board now, okay, and this is all I've got so far. And as I was just looking at it, I was like, is there anything I've missed? Because it is still quite bare. But to be honest, this is a work in progress and I'm going to keep adding to it. So I'm not going to let that bother me too much. The whole point of it is to be a bit of a guide and to slowly build up a bit of a direction. So no, I thought it was a good thing to do. Okay, so let's talk about the weekend, the ski and snowboard festival. This was down at Battersea Park and was something I had always wanted to go and see. Now I finally had the chance and got to enjoy a full day of just being immersed in alpine activities. There was ski resorts advertising themselves there. There was equipment companies. There was food stores, everything, and it all had such a brilliant feel. And with counting down the days, obviously, to the winter season, it got myself really excited. I didn't film as much as I wanted to. That was mainly because I either had a drink in my hand or I was spending time with friends. What I did get, though, is a ton of freebies and loads of magazines. We just had literally everything. There was tons of stickers. I got one of the things you'd wear on your neck, some sunglass cleaners, lots of peace maps, some cool companies. There was some also a company selling like a liqueur. It was like a flavoured liqueur which they were specifically tailoring for something you'd put in your hip flask on the mountain. So yeah, very cool, some interesting companies. Huskies, there were a lot of them about. Some could try a bit of dog sledding. Really good fun. It's a festival which I think year on year is growing more and more and is quite popular, and it's something which I'm looking to probably next year I'd love to go to again and try and do a bit more with, certainly from the camera side. But yeah, just an all-round pretty cool day out. Okay, so to keep this channel fresh, I'm introducing a new segment, which is the news segment. And to start us off, cold temperatures came to the European mountains this weekend, bringing some snow to a lot of the resorts. Now, it's not uncommon for snow to fall at this time during the year, but what will be the real tester is over the next 8 weeks to see how much snow does come moving into December, as that will be the real key test to whether the season is going to get off into a good start. Staying on the subject of ski resorts, Val Thorens recently announced that they are going to be hosting the 20th stage of the Tour de France for 2019. This will take place on the 27th of July. They are going to be, all the cyclists are going to be starting off from the town of Albertville, cycling just over 130 kilometres, and then arriving in Val Thorens at the altitude of, it says here, 2,365 metres above sea level, and it's 131 kilometres. That is a huge climb. Moving away from the subject of skiing, but staying on the topic of sport, the English Premier League was rocked this weekend when the owner of Leicester City Football Club with 4 others died in a helicopter crash just shortly after their match at the weekend. He always gets picked up from the game in his helicopter that picks up about half an hour, comes and lands right in the centre of the pitch. Apparently the back rotor blade came into some trouble, and unfortunately it crashed very close to the ground. Really caused everyone to take some pause, and he was known as quite a warm and good guy that everyone around him loved, particularly obviously his family and the football club itself. I'm not the biggest football fan, but when something like that happens, it is quite a sad story, to be honest. And he appears to be one of the good owners who was very sort of earthly and stayed close to the fans within the football club. Moving on though to a sport that I do know more about, which is rugby, and the international season kicks off soon, the autumn internationals, starting next Saturday. England face 4 sides during this period, consisting of South Africa, New Zealand, Japan and Australia. Once again, we are having multiple injuries within our side, and with just less than a year out of the World Cup, this is going to be a huge tester to see how we come at the end of this period. Okay, so that's the news segment. I hope you liked it. There's going to be more on that in future episodes and future vlogs. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the like and the subscribe button. I hope to see you guys next time.